inductee. 1983, graduate of Illinois High School, 4-year participant in soccer, captain, all conference, all metro, all state, junior and senior years. Army College Fund All-American Award. 4-year participant in hockey, captain, all conference, all metro, all state, junior and senior years. 4-year participant in baseball, all conference, junior and senior years. Probably would have been a captain, but his coach didn't have captains then. Brother said I didn't have to do that. Division I scholarship to Colorado College, and also a very nice award in 1983 was the Hill Murray Male Athlete of the Year. Our 4th inductee, Mark Krois. Our track director, there's a little
stand up, Mark. First pick. I don't know if Mr. Bricky's here or not, but I remember back in 1983, he made a comment to me that for the first time in history of the award for Athlete of the Year, that female was taller than the male. Mr. Bricky never let me live that down. I'd like to thank everybody today for this honor, for being here. I'd like to thank the committee for its selection. Congratulations to the other inductees. I can't tell you how honored I am to be in the class with you guys. This is something for me that, when I look back over the years, it was something that was really a goal of mine, was to make a difference here at Hill Murray. I will talk a little bit today about some personal successes, but I'd rather share the time thanking people that had a direct, long-term effect on me. My coaches are here, Brother Francis is here. I saw some of the teachers that I had at Hill Murray. And going forward, I look into the audience today and I see, Coley and Billy, Jim Williams, Marky Horvath is here, Billy Schaff, and several other people that have had such an impact on me, not only during the formative years, my 4 years here at Hill Murray, but as I've gone through life, I've had so much support and guidance, and it seems to be a blessing that I don't take for granted. I kind of echo a little bit about what Janny said about, being thankful for those people that have played a role in your life. You guys have no idea what you did, and I just want everybody to be aware of that. Those of you that are here on my behalf, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me today. A little anecdote, and it's kind of a neat deal. I grew up an East Sider, and Larson was a guy that lived on our street, 2 houses away from me. Hoffman's lived 1 house away from me. A little kid named Stevie Rollick didn't live too far up the block from where I lived. And the 4 of us are sharing something in common today that, we're all members of the Hall of Fame here at Hill Murray. And I just think that, being an East Side kid, was always figuring on going to Johnson, but for some way, I was lucky. I don't know how my dad did it, my mom did it, but they ended up getting me into Hill Murray. And that was something for me that was a long-term goal of mine was to be here. And trying to prepare for what to say today, like I alluded to, individual accomplishments come and go, honors that were won, championships, medals, scoring titles and the like, all very prudent things for a day like today. However, I'd like to focus on a couple of highlights in a little bit. What I really want to comment on is what Hill Murray did for this kid from the east side of St. Paul. I remember growing up like any kid, playing sports down at the playgrounds, Prosperity or Frost Lake. Won a lot of championships, Babe Ruth, had a lot of successes. In youth sports, I was successful, soccer, football, hockey, baseball. Winning was something that drove me, and very thankful. My father was an athlete, played at St. Paul, Washington, football, hockey, and baseball player. He was my motivation growing up. Mr. Hoffman talked about playing catch with his dad. I can't tell you the number of hours that I shared with my father. This was the guy that showed up to practice. He talked about standing in snowbanks, lifting you over the boards, putting you back down on the boards, putting you back on the ice, and then, warming your feet in between periods. And this guy was just never-ending energy. And for me, as I look at you today, we had a little scare with Dad last week. And I am thankful that you are here and that you are in good health and that you're here to share this with me. Lost my mom about a year ago, and I know she's here with us, but it's very important to me that you understand that I'm very happy that you're here today with us. On the east side, I played at Johnson area. Like I said, I expected to go to Johnson High School some way, shape, or form. I played at Presentation Grade School as well. Jerry Bennick and Mr. Hoppy were my coaches there. I think it was 1979, February. I was playing up at Aldrich Arena in hockey. I went with Mr. Hoppy and Mr. Bennick and my dad. And I remember Kerry Kistner. Kerry Kistner was the captain that year, and he was number 9. And I remember saying to those guys, kind of a bold statement, but I said, he's number 9, and he's a senior, so that means he's going to be leaving. Guess what? That jersey's going to be mine next year. I'm going to be wearing number 9. And long story short, fast forward, I tried to do my very best to impress Terry Skrypek, who was the coach. Everybody else that year had black two-plays. My dad got me a pair of white, so it helped me stand out a little bit more, too. So thank you, Dad. I'll never forget Benny Beldy and Shaft and some of the guys as we're doing board-to-boards, and I'm just killing it. I mean, I'm first every time. And the next thing I know is I got stick in my ribs. I got somebody that's pulling me from behind. I got Shaft that's getting in my way, won't let me skate by him. And it's like, slow down, kid, slow down, kid. Make the rest of us look bad. Wasn't my intention, but you learn in a hurry that, you listen to your elders. And at that time, I had to behave myself. So slowed it down a little bit, but I still won the race. So many names. Janny was talking about his teammates. I was fortunate enough here at Hill that during my tenure here, we were able to, my freshman year, Shaft's here, he remembers it well, there's a team called Grand Rapids that we played. We were 27-0 going into the state championship, and we lost to a guy named, what was his name again, Shaft? Who was the goalie? John Casey. Funny story on that one, though. I ended up getting him back in a way. Anyways, we lost that game 2-1. The next 2 years in hockey, lean years, if you want to talk about lean years by standard, I think we lost 4 or 5 games, but that was a lot back then because we didn't really like losing. And senior year came, and we were fortunate enough to win the state championship. We were 28-0. We didn't lose a scrimmage. We didn't lose a game. We didn't lose a check match or a Monopoly game. I don't think we lost anything. It was just one of those years that everything seemed to work in our favor. There is one thing Marky Horvath and I talked about. Marky, where are you? There's Marco. We were playing the last regular season game of the year down in Rochester, John Marshall. And I think it was late in the second period, and we were down, was it Marky 7-2, 7-3? And we're going into the third period, and right before the third period starts, all of a sudden we hear these guys in the locker room through the duct system. And they're running us down. These guys suck. Who do they think they are? Oh my gosh, there's no way they can come back and beat anybody like us. We got this. They're done. All of a sudden, Skry says, take a knee. And then Father Skry reaches up and he brings us some higher power and we take the ice. And within I think there were 10 minutes to go in the game. We're still down 7-3, and what was it, Markey? Under a minute, we came back and tied it. So what was their laughter coming through those duct systems really motivated us. And I think Janny hit that one on the head too, about you never quit. You never, ever quit. And Markey shared that, you know, it was never that year in 1983 that we won it all, that we ever thought we were going to lose. We refused to lose. We knew we were going to win, but we refused to lose. That was the difference. Backs to the wall, it didn't matter. And that team pulled together game after game after game. Markey, remind me, was it before Christmas? We were at Harding Arena, and didn't we go 9 shifts in a row?
Simply, yeah, we played Sibley. First 9 shifts we scored.
First 9 shifts, we rotated 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that one, Coach? Then we scored 9 in a row. We're up 9-0 after 9 shifts. And I think after every time we scored, we said, "Merry Christmas." This team was getting sick and tired of hearing it. Anyways, that was a very, very special season, something that I'll never, ever forget. I know the guys that were on that team, it's very near and dear to our hearts. So many of the guys, Mikey Schweitz and Rother and Scotty Faust and Morney and Markey, Tommy Fuller, just very, very fortunate. And, you know, blue-collar workers, everybody came to work, lunch pail in hand every day. You know, you had to put the work in. Scribe made sure that we did. And things got routine. And by Scribe's own admission, he'd stand over by the boards, and I think he told me a story about this, where he'd just stand there, and he'd throw the pucks out, and he'd just let us do our things. And he said, next thing I know, I got Tommy Fulber over here on this side of the net, and Horvath flipping them pucks, he's knocking them out of the air. I got goalies that are doing things in the back, shooting pucks and scoring goals. I said, there wasn't really much I could do anymore, so I just stood back and watched you guys. I don't know, it was a special year, and I'm very thankful for that. Got a little bit off track there. There was a baseball team that we had in 1982, and we made it to the state championship. We played Cretan twice during the year. We split with them. Cretan. And then we got to the state championship, and we ended up losing that final game. But the senior year was a different story. I think Brother Francis remembers this one. You remember it. So we're seniors, and I think we were out of school. We were preparing the field for a section game. We had somebody coming in. We had a home game, and we're all there. It was a beautiful day, so we all had our shirts off, and we're just grooming the field, raking it up. And all of a sudden, you see school's getting out. And what do? Well, we see Tommy Fulmer. And Tommy Fulmer was in a car, and he was with his girlfriend, and he was driving down Marvin there, and he's going to go right by us at the baseball field. So what a great idea we thought it would be to all stand up on the bench as the buses and the cars and everything else are going by. And shall we say, we showed our backsides. Unbeknownst to us, behind Tommy was a teacher full of cars, or a car full of teachers. So they go right back up and they tell BFC that, yeah, you better figure out what you're going to do with these guys because they saw a bunch of their butts down on the street. Somebody said he's not very intimidating. You should see him coming down, walking down this field, and you're waiting for him, and he's coming a little late. And that was it. We unfortunately lost that game. And that ended our season, but it wasn't without a little bit of fun. We gotta have fun. I'd just like to say thank you to Coach Strybeck, Coach Lex. Coach Mengy isn't here right now, but Coach Mengy played a huge role in my soccer development as well. I want to thank him. I want to make sure that everybody is aware of the fact that this honor to me is huge and that I don't take it lightly, and I want to thank the committee again for this honor. And people that I want to wrap up with and thank, again, my father, my mom who's with us in spirit, my brother BJ. And there's 3 people in this world right now that are my life spirit, and they're my 3 daughters. You guys can stand up for me, please. Maddie, Cassie, and Ashley. These 3 are my everything, and I'm very proud of these 3. So, I'll just wrap up by saying thank you very much. That I'm honored, I'm humbled, and I stand before you very thankful. Thanks very much, everybody.